Vital Nutrition Center here with you. Thank you for watching this video. And this is a hot topic. It's a video all about pain. Now, pain can often be this difficult thing for us to describe, but I'm going to try to break it down into four main categories that I see on the physical level and what I like to do about it. I'm going to describe how the pain usually feels when we're dealing with those four areas, and then individual support products to help us deal with that specific type of pain. Okay. I also want to go over my pain scale really quick. Often we hear a pain scale should be from 0 to 10. 0 means no pain, and 10 means so much pain that you're having trouble maintaining consciousness. Okay. So if somebody comes in and I say, "Oh, you're in pain, I'm sorry to hear that. What's your pain level?" And they say, 10 out of 10. I ask them to consider my pain scale, because there's got to be some limit to how much pain our brain can tolerate before it shuts us down and we lose consciousness. Now, if you come in and you say your pain is an 8 out of 10, that's really severe. I really want to make sure we do something about that. I hope that difference between a 10 and an 8 makes sense. Okay? 10 is, I can't handle existence. My body is shutting itself off so I don't have to feel this. Now, the four pain types that I most commonly see: muscle, nerve, organ, and vascular. Vascular is not spoken about nearly enough. I'm going to make sure I go over that with you. When we're dealing with muscle pain, it usually feels like that dull ache. Sometimes you overtrain a muscle, like at the gym, and you have this soreness that kind of lingers. It's usually not going to be a sharp type of pain. Okay? What we're going to see is that it's dull, it's achy, it lingers, it's really frustrating. That's usually going to be a muscle type of pain. Okay? For muscle pain, I got two things that I really, really like. The first one is called Cataplex G. Cataplex G is a great complex, a great blend of things that help relax muscle tissue. So if we're dealing with pain, it's a really great thing for us to use just to help relax the tissue, okay, the muscle tissue. The second thing that I want to do is I want to use a PMG product, and I hope you've already seen our videos on PMGs. A PMG product that is specific to muscle tissue. And in that case, that's going to be cardiotrophin. PMG. And we're going to take that on an empty stomach. If we can, we're going to chew it up before we swallow it, actually. And using a PMG product that is specific to the tissue is incredibly helpful in dealing with a pain condition. Next one I want to talk about is nerve pain. Now, with nerve pain, it often travels across the body. If you've ever had sciatica and you felt that shooting up and down the back of your thigh, you know what I'm talking about. It tends to travel, it can tingle, it can burn, and it can even feel numb, even though it hurts. And talk about frustrating. I can't feel it except for the part that hurts. There's two things I like to do for nerve pain. The first one is a powdered form of inositol. Inositol is a B vitamin. It's totally natural. It actually tastes a lot like sugar. What I have clients do is mix between 1 and 4 teaspoons of that powder with any beverage, hot or cold, and sip that throughout the day. If your pain level is really high, if your nerve pain level is really high, you can take 1 whole teaspoon and just throw it right in your mouth and just chew it until it turns into kind of a paste. It kind of like supercharges the effectiveness of the inositol. And I want to use a PMG that's specific to nerves, so I'm going to use some neurotrophin PMG. That's the PMG that is specific to nerve tissue, has a little anti-inflammatory action for the nerve tissue, and that's what I want if my nerves are hurting. Next one is organ. People often mix this one up with muscle, and I'm going to explain why that is. A lot of our organs actually contain muscle tissue. So our intestines, the way that our intestines move food through until it becomes waste and then we leave it at the toilet, is because of muscles. So often clients will come in with a dull, aching feeling that's over their intestines, and it's not because they did a lot of sit-ups, but it's because the musculature of the organ, the intestines, is actually dealing with stress. Okay, that's where the pain is coming from. So we could do a lot of the same things that we do for muscle pain, but the biggest difference is we want to make sure that we do whichever PMG is related to the organ. If you're having pain over your liver, we want to use the liver PMG. If you're having pain at your kidneys, we want to use kidney PMG, so on and so forth. And just to generally help bring down inflammation in the body when we're dealing with organ pain, I like to use a supplement that's called Cataplex ACP. Cataplex ACP is a natural anti-inflammatory. It doesn't block pain signals, but it supports the way your body naturally reduces inflammation without turning off the benefits of inflammation. Yes, inflammation can actually help our body in some ways. So we don't want to turn it all off, and using a whole food supplement like Cataplex ACP allows us to reduce the unwanted inflammation and keep the benefits that inflammation can provide the body. Last but not least, vascular. Often this comes through in one specific type of pain, and that's going to be the cramp. Oh man. Now that could be cramps because of a menstrual cycle, or it could be the ones that wake you up at night because they're in your calf or in your foot. Those get gnarly, don't they? Big time. The other thing is it can often feel like something is hung up in your body. You go to work a muscle, you go to move a part of your body, and you feel like there's one spot where there's pain, and you can't figure out why it's there. You didn't bump into anything, you didn't get hit by anything, you can't figure it out, okay? When it comes to vascular pain, there's two things I like to do. The first is Mintran. Mintran is this wonderful supplement that has all sorts of minerals in it, and our blood vessels, our vascular tissue in our body, really benefit from us having those nutrients just freely circulating. Okay? The second thing is much more specific to if we're getting a cramp. And this is a vascular cramp. It's not a muscle cramp. No, this is a vascular cramp. Like I said, they usually come up in our calves and in our feet, where our blood vessels have to work the hardest, because that's the furthest point away from our heart in the body. My favorite thing after Mintran is called Cataplex E2. Cataplex E2 is big time vascular relaxation and function support. This is an excellent thing. I've seen clients take this and unexpectedly their blood pressure that was borderline high starts to go center range. And we know that the body is getting more nourishment specifically for the blood vessels from this Cataplex E2. So whatever kind of pain you have, when you're rating it, please consider a scale that takes into account the extremes. Okay? You might have muscle pain, you might have nerve pain, you might have organ pain or vascular pain. I'm going to encourage you to always seek out the PMG product that is related to the type of pain or the area where you're experiencing pain, and then consider these individual other add-on supplements that can help your body deal with the pain. Pain's lousy. We don't have to live with it. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what questions come to mind. Let me know if there's a type of pain you're experiencing that I didn't cover in this video in the comments below. Have a great day.